When the WWE repackages a wrestler right, we get fantastic characters like The Fiend Bray Wyatt. However, what happens when the WWE puts zero effort into things? Well, the answer is easy. We get the return of Liv Morgan. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at how the WWE botched Liv Morgan's return. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. Liv Morgan enjoyed a healthy push on the main roster as a member of the Riot Squad, working alongside group leader Ruby Riott and Sarah Logan. Morgan teamed with Logan at 2019's Elimination Chamber during the 6-team tag match to crown the inaugural WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, and despite coming up short, they still looked good as one of the toughest teams in the women's division. Morgan fit in well with the wild and crazy Riot Squad, but when the WWE split them up during the 2019 Superstar Shakeup, they went their separate ways. With the Riot Squad apparently defunct, as leader Ruby Riott took time off to undergo double shoulder surgery, which effectively broke up the squad for the time being, the WWE seemed to be headed for a new direction with Morgan after Charlotte Flair mocked Morgan's eccentric look and questioned her toughness. After losing to the Queen on the 16th July edition of SmackDown, Morgan left the Blue brand, airing several unusual videos including her sitting in the rain and another of her apparently cutting her hair. It was obvious the WWE was going to repackage her, but after several months, fans began wondering if and when Morgan was returning. Why the WWE chose to split the squad is a difficult question, as they were in a good position to compete for the newly formed Tag Team Championship. Morgan and Sarah Logan could have continued the Riot Squad, even with Ruby Riott taking time off for a double shoulder surgery. Did the WWE feel Logan and Morgan were better utilized as single stars? If so, why did they take her off television for nearly half a year, and why did they relegate Logan to main event for the most part? Whatever the reason, Morgan disappeared from WWE television, with fans wondering what was going on besides her occasional social media posts hinting at a change. Fan interest in Morgan picked up after rumors began circulating that she might be paired with The Fiend as a partner in crime, much in the vein of DC Comics character Harley Quinn and the Joker. The idea sounded promising, but never materialized. Eventually, they began airing vignettes of Liv Morgan along the lines of Morgan talking to the camera. All I ever wanted to be was comfortable in my own skin. I have always been so self-destructive. Now I have no choice. I have to destroy myself so the real me can emerge. But when it became clear Liv wasn't coming back to the WWE as the Fiend's sidekick, the WWE Universe began speculating as to what exactly Liv was doing, since she hinted at a drastic makeover. On 31st December, the fans saw what was happening when Liv crashed the wedding of Bobby Lashley and Lana, with Morgan claiming she had a previous relationship with Lana. This segment had fans talking, and it was nothing like what they expected given the past weeks' vignettes. Putting Morgan into the Lana and Lashley angle seemed like a strong start for her return. The ongoing romance angle featuring Rusev, Lana and Lashley had proved popular with its various segments, scoring well in terms of YouTube views. The shocking twist of Liv being a jilted lover by Lana had fans wondering how far the WWE might go with the lesbian bisexual angle. Even from the start, however, the angle showed inconsistency. What was Morgan doing by crashing the wedding? She claimed a past relationship with Lana, but it was unclear whether she wanted to renew it or acting as a scorned lover. Looking back, the biggest reason for Liv's participation in the angle was to add some life to the Rusev-Lana Lashley program by adding Liv to the mix. This gave Liv the chance to get back into the ring, teaming with Rusev for intergender matches, but as WrestleLamia has noted in past discussions of the storyline, Lana's wrestling abilities, or more specifically her lack of wrestling abilities, are the weakest part of the program, so the less time in the ring, the better. For whatever reason, the WWE quickly dropped the angle featuring Liv and Lana, not only confusing fans, but killing some of Morgan's momentum. After Liv defeated Lana during an episode of Raw, the WWE brought Ruby Riott back to Raw, only for Ruby to lay out her former Riot Squad teammate. At this point, it was obvious that the WWE had no idea what to do with Liv as far as the Lana Lashley storyline goes. While it's easy to criticize the WWE with the benefit of hindsight, the company's booking of Liv Morgan strongly suggests the WWE booked Liv Morgan's role crashing the Lana Lashley wedding on the fly. The promotion had been teasing a change of character for Liv for several weeks, and suddenly she was on Raw, boasting of a past relationship with Lana and with no little change to her character. It's almost as if someone in charge of the WWE with a known habit of rewriting scripts while the show is still going on got the bright idea to inject something crazy into the mix. Otherwise, how to explain the WWE dropping the build-up for Liv's return, and a return as a significantly different character? With the Lana and Liv program apparently over with, what's next for the fair-haired former member of the Riot Squad? While there are hints we may see a feud involving Riot and Morgan, there's also the possibility that Ruby is instead looking to beat some sense into Morgan and bring her back into the squad. This would come in handy for Riot as she, Liv and Sarah Logan are competing at this year's Elimination Chamber alongside Asuka, Shayna Baszler and Natalya to determine the #1 contender for the Women's Championship. If the Riot Squad reunites, they'll have a 3-on-1 advantage against their opponents, something which can make the match more interesting. The only downside to this would be that it's difficult to imagine anyone but Shayna Baszler winning the match, and she'll likely crush her opponents in the process, throwing everyone around like rag dolls. The idea of Baszler destroying the Riot Squad may seem like a smart way to get Shayna over, but it will do nothing for the Riot Squad. The WWE wasted several months repackaging Liv Morgan when she could have been on television wrestling. When she did return, they threw her build-up out the window for a short-term ratings pop involving her supposed romantic history with Lana. It's clear the WWE had no long-term plans for Liv as Lana's lover, so they scrapped it quickly. It's another storyline disappointment because Lana could have been brought Liv into the fold, adding tension to her relationship with Bobby Lashley and possibly adding a new male wrestler to the storyline, particularly given Rusev's uncertain status in the WWE. They definitely made a mess of Liv's return, not only delaying it for no reason, but changing things up at the last minute. Nevertheless, the situation is still salvageable, especially with all 3 members of the Riot Squad healthy and on the same roster. They could choose to reunite the Riot Squad with everyone agreeing they were only getting started before the superstar shakeup split them apart. This would open the door for them to compete for the Women's Tag Team Championship, invoking the Freebird rule so any 2 of the 3 can wrestle. If they want to have Liv Morgan feud with Ruby Riott, there's the possibility of Morgan fighting Riot one-on-one, or Morgan finding a tag team partner and battling Riot and Logan. Liv's case hasn't got any better as time has passed. Despite an overall excellent Raw on 24th February, the WWE blew it when they had Liv sign the Elimination Chamber contract alongside Ruby Riott. The WWE hasn't done much of anything with the Ruby vs Liv storyline, and it's starting to look as if they have no idea where to go with it. If they don't pursue a storyline with Liv and the Riot Squad, as it's clear the Liv-Lana story came and went quickly, it may want to revisit the idea of Liv Morgan being some sort of associate with The Fiend. While Bray Wyatt doesn't need anyone or anything to enhance his gimmick, Liv Morgan could take things further as a Harley Quinn type character to his Joker, even if it's more of a case of Liv becoming someone who carries on The Fiend's chaos in the women's division. And one last suggestion, and perhaps the best for now, would be for Liv to join the Monday Night Messiah's disciple as a female member. To be frank, Seth's group is bland and is not getting any help on the microphone from Buddy Murphy, let alone the AOP. If the WWE lets Liv play a whack job, a role she plays well, they could have her inciting Seth's crew to do more wild actions in the WWE, much as she does with her You Only Live Once videos. They could even build tension as Liv begins to influence Seth's disciples more than him, leading to an excellent storyline opportunity for a faction that hasn't lived up to its full potential. This could even lead to Liv seizing power of the group if Rollins takes time off, a rumor Wrestlelamia has mentioned before. Ultimately, the story of Liv Morgan is another example of the WWE's heavily promoted women's division that concentrates on a handful of stars while ignoring a tremendous talented roster. Granted, the same thing can be said for the men's roster, but the WWE has gone out of its way to tout how far its women's wrestlers have come. The Liv Morgan storyline is just another example of the WWE paying lip service to something while all but ignoring it. But there you have it guys, how the WWE botched Liv Morgan's return. Do you think the WWE can still salvage her character, or is it too late? Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.